I've been doing a little experimentation with these PIRs. These are infrared motion detectors. And yeah, I've found that they're very easy to use. They're very inexpensive. This one costs quite a bit more than this one. I mean, this is supposed to be all in one, but this one is pretty much the same thing, except on this one they soldered in this nice little connector block. And here you can see, otherwise it's just a pin input. So they put this connector block and attached it to here. That's pretty much the only difference. When you're working with it, I found that they have hidden the markings on the board, so you have to remove this cover. And this is the infrared detector right there. So if you want to see the markings on the board, this is VCC out and ground. And again, it's under this little lens. On the back side, there are pots for setting the length of time it's on and the sensitivity. There's this jumper over here, which they say it's a re-trigger switch, but I'm not quite sure what they mean. I've read dozens specs right to date, and they don't really explain very well. It says it will re-trigger. Well, it re-triggers as soon as it turns off, it'll re-trigger, so I'm not sure where they're going with that. Okay, some facts about this. They do vary with the model and the company and so on. This one is, as you can see, it's 5 to 24 volts input. And when it's triggered, whatever goes in is what comes out. So if you put in 24 volts in, when it triggers, 24 volts comes out. You have to take that into account when you are determining what you're going to power with this, because obviously you don't want to put 24 volts in if your device on the other side is 5 volts. Let's see, what else? Yeah, that's about it. There's really not much to this. Now, I've got one sitting off camera, and I will reorganize things and we will do a little demo. The one off camera is a little fancier, and let me do that here. We'll do show and tell. So here you can see the setup. The difference is that the sensor is over here, and it's run by wires, and so you can put this remote from the actual trigger device. This one also has a relay, which you may be able to hear go on and off. And this one also does not have the potentiometers that you turn. You actually have like little digital switches here. And of course, I've looked on the internet and I can't find what these little switches mean, but through trial and error, I found that if this first switch is on, it's got an on time of about 7 seconds. If the second one is on, it's about 18 seconds on time. And I've tried turning them both on at once, and that doesn't matter. If I turn the third one on, it stays on for longer than 200 seconds, but I can't figure out exactly how long that is. I've tried different combinations, and again, can't really find anything. But this one seems to be a little bit heavier duty because it has a big relay on it. Okay, otherwise it's the same. It has 3 wires going in. It has the, let's see, yes, we can see that. There's the ground. There's the power, and right now I'm running on 8 volts because that's what this light bulb is. And then this and this, these two, go over here to the light bulb. So the ground is common in and out. Yeah, but that's about all there is to this. This is set for a 7-second delay. And if I quit moving, it'll go off, and then I can re-trigger it. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, so they are very simple to use. You got 2 wires in, 2 wires out. And as I said, it's common ground, so there's really only 3 wires total involved. And whatever you want, you can hook on here, whether it's a sounding device to scare off animals, a light to turn on for visitors or scare burglars off, or maybe a solenoid so you can turn on water and say spray the garden if there's rabbits invading your garden or something and you want to scare them off. But yeah, and some people have used this for anti-graffiti measures. And, you know, when somebody tries to spray the building, it sprays the wall so the water causes the paint not to stick, so on. Okay, well, that was it. Just a very simple thing to use, and I've been trying different things with it. They're very interesting, so I thought you might find this useful and interesting in your electronic experimentations.